What if I told you there's a sound, just one syllable, that's been chanted for over 3,000 years? A sound believed to calm the nervous system, alter brainwaves, and connect a human being to the pulse of the cosmos itself. You've probably heard it before. Maybe at the end of a yoga class, or faintly in a film, deep, resonant, timeless. But what if it's more than a sound? What if it's a key to memory, to clarity, to something older than language itself? Today, we're entering a space where science and mysticism meet, the ancient and evolving science of mantras. They may sound simple, just repeated syllables, but behind them lies a powerful truth. Sound shapes consciousness, and consciousness shapes reality. The word mantra comes from Sanskrit. Man means to think. Tra means a tool. So a mantra is a tool for the mind, but not a tool like a calculator or a to-do list app. A mantra is a vibration, a tuning fork, a doorway. And that doorway has been open for thousands of years. The earliest mantras are found in the Rig Veda, ancient Indian texts, but they weren't originally written down. They were heard, chanted, passed mouth to ear through generations with such precision that even today, Vedic scholars can recite them in the same cadence as they were thousands of years ago. That oral precision, passed from teacher to student, is considered one of the greatest intellectual feats of the ancient world. Some chants last hours, flawlessly memorized over years. This wasn't just recitation, it was devotion to vibration. Why would anyone go to such lengths to preserve a sound? Could it be that sound itself holds something? Information? Transformation? That can't be captured in ink? In these traditions, sound wasn't seen as entertainment or communication. It was seen as creation. The act of speaking a mantra wasn't symbolic, it was causative. You speak the world into being, and they weren't alone. In early Christianity, the Jesus prayer, "Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me," was whispered thousands of times a day by mystics seeking union with the divine. Not to ask for anything, but to dissolve the ego into repetition. In Islamic Sufism, dhikr, the remembrance, often takes the form of rhythmic chanting, breath-linked invocations of divine names, where repetition becomes ecstasy and sound becomes prayer. Even in West Africa, in Ifa and Yoruba traditions, sacred utterances called oriki are chanted to call forth energies, ancestors, and archetypes. The chant is not just for honoring, it's a technology, a direct interface with spirit. In indigenous Amazonian traditions, icaros, sacred healing songs, are sung during plant medicine ceremonies to guide visions and restore balance. Each melody is said to carry its own intention, its own spirit. So, let's not kid ourselves. This isn't just a wellness trend. It's a universal human inheritance. Our ancestors, across cultures, understood that sound isn't decoration, it's access. Access to presence, to power, to peace. This understanding echoes not only through spiritual traditions, but also through esoteric philosophy. In the Hermetic teachings of ancient Egypt and Greece, one of the core principles is all is vibration. Everything, from matter to thought to energy itself, is in constant motion. The Kybalion, a text summarizing Hermetic wisdom, teaches that nothing rests. Everything moves, everything vibrates. This is not just a poetic metaphor, it's a metaphysical axiom. The universe, according to this tradition, is a living symphony of oscillating frequencies. In this view, To work with vibration consciously is to work with the foundational substance of reality itself. Mantras, then, are not merely cultural artifacts. They are precision tools aligned with the Hermetic idea that by tuning to a specific frequency, we are aligning with a universal force. This principle bridges ancient philosophy and modern physics. Just as quantum mechanics reveals that particles behave more like vibrating fields than solid objects, Hermeticism insists that the essence of all things is motion, frequency, vibration. And the mantra? It is our way of tapping into that field, our method of participating in the grand resonance of existence. In the mantra tradition, the primordial sound is Om. Not just a syllable, but a sonic universe. Close your eyes and chant it slowly. You'll feel the rumble start in your belly, rise through your chest, and echo into your skull like a bell gently struck. It's not just heard, it's felt, like thunder under your skin. But mantras aren't always gentle. There are mantras that cut through mental fog like lightning. Others that pulse like a heartbeat. Some call on the divine, some are elemental. Others are just syllables, seed sounds with no direct translation, but powerful vibrational signatures. In tantric traditions, each bija mantra corresponds to an energy center in the body, a chakra, and is used to awaken dormant energy and guide it upward toward enlightenment. And unlike most languages, Sanskrit was designed with vibration in mind. Every letter is mapped to a point of contact in the mouth. Speaking it lights up the tongue, lips, palate, and throat like a circuit board. Some linguists call it the most consciously engineered language on the planet. Is it possible these weren't just prayers, but precision tools for altering consciousness? Brain scans now show that mantra meditation reduces activity in the default mode network, the part of the brain linked to self-referencing, anxiety, and overthinking. When that network quiets, people experience clarity, emotional balance, even ego dissolution. One study showed that during the repetition of the word Om, subjects exhibited deactivation in the limbic system, the seat of emotion and stress. Compare that to the average day online. Doom scrolling, click chasing, multitasking, constant input with no integration. Those activities spike cortisol, scramble focus, and fragment our nervous system. We are overstimulated and under-anchored. Mantra practice does the opposite. It simplifies, it slows, it focuses, it creates rhythm where chaos was. And it's not just in the mind. Certain syllables stimulate the vagus nerve, the superhighway between the brain and the body. That nerve regulates your heart rate, digestion, even your immune response. Chanting activates it. You're not just calming your thoughts, you're shifting your entire state of being. Neuroscientists have found that even repeating a neutral word like one can slow the breath and create mental stillness. But when the word carries centuries of symbolic weight and vibrational design, like a mantra, the effects are often deeper. The breath slows. The body softens. The brain lights up in places associated with empathy, awareness, and peace. Here's a thought. If mantras have the power to regulate your nervous system, quiet your inner critic, and attune your body to presence, why aren't we all chanting? Maybe because we've forgotten the sound of our own voice, or maybe we were never taught how to listen. Try it now. Just take a breath. A slow, deep inhale. And as you exhale, let a soft Om roll out. No pressure, no perfection, just vibration. Let it move through you like a ripple through water. In that brief sound is a universe. And yet, we've outsourced peace to tech, to algorithms, wearables, and content. But here's the truth no one wants to say. Your own voice may be more powerful than any wellness app you'll ever download. Why do we trust artificial intelligence more than ancient intelligence? Why do we silence our own voice and pay to hear someone else whisper, "Breathe"? The science is clear. The ancestors were right. Have you ever heard a chant, maybe in a language you didn't understand, and still felt something stir in you? A warmth, a pull, a feeling of being held by the sound itself? Why do certain sounds open us, soften us, stir tears without a story? Maybe mantras don't teach us anything new. Maybe they help us remember what it's like to be still, to be present, to be whole. Try it for yourself. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and let a single sound move through you. Let it vibrate your chest. Let it melt the space between thought and awareness. Let it anchor you. You don't need to understand the meaning. You are the meaning. And the more you repeat the sound, the more the sound begins to repeat you. It moves from being something you do to something you become. This isn't about belief, it's about experience. Mantras are not superstition. They are architecture, blueprints made of vibration. They hold shape without form, sound without edges, meaning without explanation. And they are still here. Sacred syllables from across continents pointing inward, calling us to listen, not just to sound, but to silence, to the space that sound carves open in the mind. So maybe mantra isn't about chanting something ancient. Maybe it's about tuning into something eternal. Maybe the universe isn't asking for action. Maybe it's waiting for resonance. Will you listen? Because in the beginning was the Word. And maybe, in the end, it still is.